I see myself as a photographer, and when I listen to music, there are always special moments where I really feel touched. So I cut these moments out, and they become my chords that I work with. In my music, I only use choirs or human voices to analyze, and preferable amateur choirs to really have the human aspect, but also the imperfection and the expression of something known. So I use basically intervals or chords that are very known to the listener, but as they are produced imperfectly, the intonation is not correctly, the voices are not trained, I get some imperfection, and inside that I get somehow like a memory, of a past time that we're not part anymore, but I feel a sense of tragedy inside, which I like to embrace in my music. Usually I don't really like to put my life into my work, but at that time I was so taken by my life that I could not do anything else than put it into the music, and it became the piece, and it also became this Is hjärta. It was at a time in my life where it was really, my world was upside down suddenly, and I really had to cope with things that I felt warm, or I always imagined them warm, and they suddenly became very cold and like I could never have imagined. Everybody knows these moments in life where you lose total control because of things that happen to you from the outside, and you can just somehow survive. You keep going, but you're actually not really present anymore in a way. You're just floating in a way and taken by life. And that's what the piece is actually also kind of, it was that came out, and it is what I was capable of in that moment. So it is a very personal piece. And I hope that the listener somehow I imagine that there is a listener that is struggling right now in the audience, that it can feel that the listener can relate and feel that he or she is alive, existing and seen and not alone. This happens to everybody in life, and I think it's very comforting to know that you're not alone. And I think music is so strong in that way that it can give you this comfort that you can maybe not get from any human being in the same way. I'm really curious how different conductors interpret my music differently, and also are capable of getting things out of the piece that I was not even aware of, that this expression lives in this piece. And I think that's the most beautiful thing that can happen for me personally. So sometimes I'm sad if I can't be at a concert, because there are things that are kind of crucial in my music, like intonation. If a chord is not intonated right, it can switch to a different expression that I didn't want in the piece. But that's actually the only thing I'm useful for, I think, in the rehearsals. Otherwise, I'm very much interested what the conductor sees in the piece and what it can give on top of what is already written. So I would also not be interested in conducting my piece myself, because I would say the same thing one more time. It's much more interesting to have the expression of the piece, of the music, have the layer of the conductor on top, and the orchestra, of course, the very own sound of the orchestra, and then the listener, who also brings his own existence into the piece. And the three components very much create the piece, the final result. So I'm very happy to give away the piece.